Are we live?
I can see us.
I can't.
My
Why can't
stream manager.
I? On the stream manager? Okay, I don't think it's pushed yet. Oh, manager. Hello and welcome back. Too much audio. Hello, welcome back to Ironsworn? COOP.
Yes.
Ironsworn COOP. That was about as good as it gets for us.
Yeah. it is what it is, right? So last time we were here, we made our characters. We created our world. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's where we left it.
In the time since then, Matt still hasn't learned how to play the game.
And I've done a solo game, which is up on the YouTube. So I have a little bit of an idea how this works. All I'm saying is, if my last game, my first session of my solo game is any indicator, my wife is going to die this session, and I'm going to be in constant ranged combat.
Won't I die this session by sacrificing myself for you?
Maybe.
And then the wyvern's just going to be chilling?
Yeah, my wyvern just chills. It's just chilling. I'm ready for him to be no mechanical help whatsoever, and he's just going to... He's there for flavor.
Let me get rid of this. Oh, look at that.
Do you want to start things off by giving people who may not have seen Session 0 a rundown of what our world is?
Sure. That sounds like a good idea. All right, so last time we built the world by going through a bunch of categories. The shit and bold is what the categories are. And then the text underneath is what we chose or crafted. So, in the old world, the sickness moved like a horrible wave across the old world, killing all in its path. Thousands fled aboard ships, however the plague could not be outrun. On many ships, the disease was contained through ruthless measures, tossing overboard any who exhibited the slightest symptom. Other ships were forever lost. In the end, those who survived found the Ironlands and made it their new home. Some say we will forever be cursed by those we left behind. There's a lot of these. I'm not going to read all of them. But I feel like I realized halfway through I'd committed to something I didn't want to commit to. And I'm uncommitting myself by calling myself out. So Iron, I think, is about our world. So the weather is bleak. It's a kind of a shitty place to live, right? There's not a lot of sunshine and happiness. It's rain, storms, snowstorms, blizzards, all that fun stuff. And there are weird, and the word here is inscrutable, metal iron pillars found throughout the land, which I think we decided they were built by like an ancient precursor kingdom. And there's like, iron structures that are about the place. I think they're like indestructible. And here, the pillars do not tarnish. This has not gone well. I went from reading all of it to not reading enough of it. Let's see if Legacies goes better. So before the Ironlanders, before even the Firstborn, other people lived here. That's I think, what of these people, Liam? Tell me. I forget what we called them. The Broken?
They were the race that we created. Yeah, they're now the Broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess these are the people that built the iron pillars and structures that are made out of wrought iron.
All the ruins that we find around us.
They're have been turned mad and are cannibalistic or savage. Slightly insane, I think. Don't encounter them. I do know that for communities, I can say this off the top of my head. I'm not going to look at the thing. It's over here. We are a desperate band of many different separate communities. I've used many words in there that did not work. We are, it's like a bunch of different communities. No one trusts each other. Everyone's super isolated and insulated. So Community A hates Community B simply because they are not Community A. And to join a new community, you have to do some awesome feat or have to really prove your worth to them. Because if you're not bringing the community something that they desperately need, you're kind of just eating up resources that there aren't enough to spare. The healer, the leaders rather. Every community is led by a group or a individual who exhibits expertise in the healing arts, and specifically so magic, I think. So the people that can wield magic are generally the leaders, and those who cannot wield magic should not wield magic because it will fucking plague you. I think because of the plague, right? Because the plague's such a prevalent and dangerous thing, those that know how to heal and seek out and get rid of the symptoms of the plague are those that we put our trust into. I don't know what defense means, so I'm just going to read the whole thing. Here in the Ironlands, supplies are too precious and the lands are too sparsely populated to support organized fighting forces. When a community is threatened, the people stand together to protect their own. Yeah, because isolated communities, fuck community B. They ain't community A. Mysticism. So the healing caste will seek those with skill and force them to join them. So they will find children. Like the healing caste, they're basically Jedi, right? We're going to go out and find all the force-sensitive children, abduct them from their parents and force them to become healers with us.
Yeah, of course. It's too dangerous for them to learn by themselves.
No. Can't have people practicing those magics unsupervised. They will curse themselves and everyone around them. I think, magic is readily available to anyone who wants to try to use it, but it is dangerous and taboo as fuck. Like, you use magic, you're going to plague yourself, you're going to plague your neighbor. Don't do it. It's bad. The religion, this is the cool one. This is the one about the gods dying, right? Yeah, I remember stuff.
There is.
See, I'm good. The gods, I'm going to read this because I think it's cool. The gods were once real. Our plague brought about their demise, and for the murder of the gods we served. And for the murder of the gods we served, we suffer. I don't understand that. Dude, I'm on a fucking roll tonight.
Real well, man. It's alright, it makes sense.
Does it? I don't understand that sentence. Whatever.
And for the murder of the gods we served, we suffer.
Sure, I still don't understand it. We'll move past that. It will click for me later. The firstborn are elves and dwarves and those mystical Tolkien races, right? The cool stuff that people love to explore in fantasy settings that we won't even touch in this one because they live beyond. Let me go to the map. They live, if I can go faster, I'm almost there. They live in the realm of the firstborn beyond the veiled mountains. There's like a giant fucking wall, like a literal wall, and then there's a mountain wall, and you just don't go there, and it's paradise. And I think it's like Eden, right? We talked about it being like heaven, also like the idea of like there was another continent, and if we can get to that continent, it's salvation.
Yeah, it's like a much more civilized place, much more built up, free of the corruption of the plague.
Potentially the remnants of the precursor empire or people that have lived alongside who knows? Stuff to explore. We don't know anything. And they live up here where we can't get to. It's paradise. Oh, still so much more to go. Oh god, beasts. So
there are 2 more categories.
I know, and it's killing me. So the beasts of all sorts roam the Ironlands. So I think beasts are. This is an actual question to you, Liam, because you understand this rule set much better than I. Beasts are like D&D beasts, like they're monsters, right? Like
monsters.
Devourers. No, I mean, I hope not, but
monsters in some way. Yeah, dragons. Yeah. I mean, it can be whatever the fuck we want it to be. There's no real set.
3-headed tigers.
Yeah.
6 nippled cats.
That's normal cats.
And cats are terrifying.
9 lives in all.
9-lived cats? Animal that can't die. Fuck yeah. And the final one is horrors. This is where we kind of decided just to go, it's a zombie movie. So the dead do not rest in the Ironlands. At night we light torches, scatter salt, and post sentries at the gate. It is not enough. They are coming. So I think we talked about how the magic has to kill you. Like the magical plague is the thing that has to kill you for it to bring you back. If you get the... Can you hear that?
Yeah, that's a fire alarm. You wanna go check out what that is? Okay. So on that note, we'll let him make sure his house isn't burning down. Yeah. So you have to be killed by the magic, in order to come back. It is the plague. All of the bad stuff, it all comes from the plague. And thus, your house burning down. You good? You need to leave. You muted. Yeah, muted.
That's what happened when you burn the fish.
Yeah. Awesome.
That was fun.
It's alright. I finished explaining about the horrors.
Wow, I don't know how you could have taken those massive shoes from me. I was fucking on a roll there.
It was difficult to fill in and take over from that, but boy, did I manage.
I mean, I think you deserve an Emmy.
I agree. Where's my fame and fortune?
Look, that will get better as time goes on. Should we talk about the town and who we are?
Sure.
So I don't think or I didn't at least, or maybe I did. Did you mark down
anything about the town?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Guess what? I'm awesome, and I did in my own character sheet.
Hey.
I wasn't sure if I did. I guess I did though. So the tags we rolled for Fool's Fall is that it is small, dense, and wild. The trouble that plagues it is old wounds reopened. And I think because it's fun, we should roll, because I think it fits with the towns. Where are they? We should roll. Yeah, we should roll location like twice, because it just gives like an interesting thing that is in the town. So the we have. Oh, sure. That was a beep. We have like this. It is small, it is dense, and it is wild. But these are like physical things that are in the town. So I'm just going to roll straight from the table. I'm going to click it twice. I've clicked it once, and I've clicked it twice. What are they, Liam? I can't see.
A cave and a thicket.
Cool. So there is a prominent feature of our town is that there is a cave, and there is a thicket. When we're generating towns, I think just some housekeeping. I don't think like these are just prominent features for us as world creators, right? This isn't stuff that is necessarily prominent for the villages. There's just an interesting cave nearby and a interesting thicket. There's something happening there. Cool. So do you remember, because all I've got written down about Fool's Fall is the tags. Do you remember anything else about it?
Not really. We decided that I mean it's the town that we both come from.
Yep.
And therefore we share a bond of it because it is our hometown. We know that it banishes those who it finds ill. Maybe not kills them, because two of your friends are out in the wilderness.
Yeah, so that's a question, because my character is part of the healing cast. So is the reason my two friends are alive? I think just one of my friends is out. Only one of my friends I think is known to be dying.
Sure.
So is the reason they're still alive and hiding because I helped them get away? I found out first and I told them to run, or do we banish people instead of killing?
Great question. I don't know. Up to you.
Oh,
you're the healer. I mean, it directly relates to something your character did.
Yeah, I mean,
Did your character would your character have helped them and told them to run, or
I think there's a specific circumstance, and I think they very much care about the person more so than anyone else. I think my character's a bit of a dick otherwise,
okay.
and I like the idea of us just being straight up savage murderers because we are wild.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we don't just kill someone, we lynch someone, then string their corpse up as a reason not to catch the plague. You caught the plague, it's your fault. Yes, little Timmy is the one that played with magic. He caused the plague, but if you had been doing better, you wouldn't have caught it from him.
And don't worry, little Timmy's dead too.
Because he deserved it. Because he was fucking with magic.
Yep.
Alright, I'm just marking down the stuff in the world sheet.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you want to talk, before we go into more stuff about our characters in the world, do you want to talk about what the fuck we're doing? Because I still don't know how to play this game.
Sure. All right. Yeah. I'll talk about how the game works, I guess.
Sweet. I'll figure this out.
So we should, if we need to load up this. So I think another thing we decided upon last time was that like a ship had shown up, full of the dead or something. So like our inciting adventure, the thing we're going to be starting doing is raiding that ship for supplies. So like our inciting incident, I've got marked down here, is that this ship must contain supplies. We need them. We will return them to town. So that's what we'll be doing. That's how our adventure starts. We'll frame that when we actually start playing. The actual game itself, let me open. I just closed it. That's really smart. Rules reference. So the game itself, like all of the roles are pretty simple. As a player, when you're doing anything, you roll a d6 plus any modifiers and 2d10. If the result of your d6 is higher, not equal to, higher than one of the d10, it's a weak hit. If it's higher than both of the d10, it's a strong hit. And if it's lower than both the d10, lower or equal to both the d10, it's a miss. And what that means depends on the move you're making. So there is a move reference, which just lists basically everything you can do. You can do anything on here. Your assets will give you certain extra things you might be able to do, or they might be able to improve one of these in a particular way, or so on, or affect one of these moves in a certain way. But essentially, what you're going to be doing is one of these moves. So, say, for example, we're scouting out the ship to see where the supplies might be. We're using... I really should have found one that was directly in front of me. We're using gather information. And we roll, and then we compare what result we get to what's under gather information. So, for example, gather information says, when you search an area, ask a question, conduct an investigation, or follow a track, roll plus wits. If you act within a community or ask questions of a person with whom you share a bond, add +1. On a strong hit, you discover something helpful and specific. The path you must follow or the actions you must take to make progress is made clear. Envision what you learn. Ask the oracle if unsure, and take +2 momentum. On a weak hit, the information complicates your quest or introduces a new danger. Envision what you discover, ask the oracle if unsure, and take +1 momentum. On a miss, your investigation unearths a dire threat or reveals unwelcome truths that undermine your quest. Pay the price. And then pay the price is a different move. So we'd scroll down and we'd look at pay the price, and it's a fate move. So pay the price is whenever you suffer the outcome of a move, choose one. Make the most obvious negative outcome happen. So if you've got something in mind, you just do it. Or you can envision 2 negative outcomes, rate one as likely and the other, rate one as likely, and ask the oracle using the yes or no table. or roll on the table below. So if you're not sure, you can roll. But if it says basically everything the game references is a move. You just look at the move, roll some dice, create a narrative around it. That's the game.
All right, I understand slightly better.
I'm glad.
I am too. All right. Where do we start? Should we talk about our characters first?
Yeah, I mean we can.
You've done this already. I
we...
haven't. You're gonna lead me through the weeds, and then I will follow along happily.
Yeah, I mean we can. I imagine so. If our inciting incident is the ship, right? So I guess why I was chosen to go out and check this. I'm a guard, right? Like I'm a warrior. I'm probably one of the few people in this town who are like actually trained in martial ability. So why I was chosen to go and check out this ship is kind of obvious. Why were you?
I'm the doctor. I'm a trained physician. I know the medical supplies we are looking for. I'm not liked by most people, and so when it came to choosing which of the leader cast to send out, what's my name? Kalidas was the obvious choice because he's not the nicest to get along with. I knew there was a reason for that. It's because my tags are aggressive and bitter. So, yeah, he people don't love him. He doesn't have the best bedside manner, but he is a trained physician, so he knows the exact equipment we're looking for, and he drew the short straw.
Cool. So I imagine we see like Bastion on the edge of the town. He has his kind of like battered, padded armor, his spear, his shield over his back. And he's like looking out towards the direction of the ship. How do we see Kalidas approach?
I think Kalidas is we see a hunched figure wearing a dark or ratty black cloak, stropping towards Bastion from the more densely part of town. The back arched, head towards the ground, stomping in the mud. You can hear a mild grumbling.
Yeah, Bastion turns. Oh, they chose you. Great.
Of course they chose me. Who else are they going to choose? Competent fools.
That's what I mean, he turns back to like face to face. Yeah, competent. That's what I'd call you.
Exactly.
He turns and like he says, so there's the ship. What are we looking for exactly? And mechanical question. What's your wits like?
My wits?
Yeah.
Oh god, let me go to my character sheet. My wits are 2.
Okay, it's better than mine.
Oh no.
So looking out over this. Do you want to make? If anyone's making a gather information roll and try and figure out where the fuck on this boat the ship we're looking for is,
sure.
Probably you. You get a +2. I'll have a +1. So open your character sheet. And
I just
click
roll
the
wits, right?
dice button above wits.
And I get a plus. Do I have any modifiers to that? Do you know?
It already adds. You don't get any modifier, but it will give you the +2 from your wit scores. Yeah.
That's a weak hit.
Okay.
The reason that's a weak hit is because I rolled a 6, but the challenge die was an 8 and a 1, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't roll above the 8.
Yes. Yeah. That on. So you rolled above the 1, so you succeed, but you didn't roll above the 8, so it's only a weak success.
So on a weak hit, the information complicates your quest or introduces a new danger. Envision what you discover. Okay.
Okay. What do we see?
Yeah. So you point towards the ship and ask what's the plan, or what are we looking for?
Yeah, like what are we looking for?
Um. Yeah. Kalidas waves his hand at the ship. Medical supplies. These old ships. Minimal crew. Hardly anyone aboard them. They'll all be dead before the plague got them. Won't be anyone aboard, I don't reckon. Stocked full of medicals, though. Will serve us well for a few months. I think the complication is that he's very wrong about the quantity of people aboard this ship. Like, this is...
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, sick.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, so yeah, Bastion turns and says, "Fine, let's go. Stay behind me, though. If one of the fuckers is still alive, I'll deal with it."
Right.
All
Yeah,
right. So yeah, I
towards the
mean,
ship.
we head down and we approach the ship. I don't really know. How far away do you think this ship actually is?
Well, where are we? We live here. Do you think it's like straight up beached against the water, or if it's floating in the middle of the lake, just chilling?
I mean, yeah, I can imagine it being like wrecked out a bit, so we have to try and make it
Get
out
there?
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I wade out into the water, and I think it gets to the point where it's like we're gonna have to swim this.
I'm not swimming.
Uh,
You'll catch a cold. It's freezing.
Then how do you plan on making it there?
You're the expert when it comes to these matters. I'm the doctor. We're not swimming. You'll get hypothermia. Die. Won't come back, though. Because it's fucking hypothermia. Competent fools.
Okay.
Yeah,
So what are you thinking here? Because look, my character's wits is not good, and that's all of the mental stuff basically.
um. Fuck. Okay.
So like Bastion's thing, and we'll notice there's a few. Bastion's thing is the direct approach.
Yeah.
Right. His thing is it's there, just go.
Besides, were you planning on scaling a ship? There's no ropes. Just plank.
Don't need ropes.
Tough one. Don't mind me, I'm looking for a roll to make.
I mean, you could roll like secure an advantage and maybe see if you can find like a boat or something.
So, yeah, I think Bastion is just kind of standing in there.
Yeah, I think he's still standing. He's like waist deep in the water, just kind of like looking at you.
Kalidas shrugs off a pack on his back and it thuds against the ground. He drops around the shore, I guess is the word, and just kind of starts poking in bushes for things. He's hoping to just find a boat. Like, his goal is to find a boat. He's comes from a cushioned life. He's not aware of how these things really work. And he thinks someone will just have a boat for them. So I guess this would be wits, because with expertise inside observation.
Yeah.
I'll just roll wits again.
That's how I'd read that.
All right, so on a miss, you fail or your assumptions betray you. So I know. Here it is. Come here, Bastion. Help me with this thing.
Fine. Like it shrugs the shield back onto his back, and I guess he probably like throws the spear into the beach somewhere and just like walks up and what do we pull from this bush?
Yeah, so Kalidas displays very proudly his find, which is a very sturdy looking log that seems to have several grip holds on it. Yeah, it's a log, and I think because it's a failure, right?
Yeah.
My assumptions betray me. It looks like an all right log. You could float on this log. I think this log is suffering from rot though. And Kalidas doesn't understand trees.
Yeah, Bastion looks at it. Nope. Turns around, honks his spear out of the dirt, like puts it over his shoulder into his pack, and just starts swimming to the boat.
No,
I will face danger.
Why no?
I will roll to face danger.
It's a perfectly good. Kicks the log. Shit.
Crumbles. So I think. How do you know? Is it courage? Is it strength? I guess strength.
With
strength
aggressive action, forceful distinct strength. Yeah, it's iron.
Strength or endurance? Iron.
Fully iron. Nice.
Yeah. So Bastion just like swims to the boat. He's gonna make it. What do you do? Go ahead, us.
Fools! All of your fools! I'm gonna get a cold. I'll be bedridden for weeks. As he's slowly wading into the water. I'm gonna roll a face danger with forceful determination. With aggressive action, rather. You exceed but face a troublesome cost. Choose one. You are delayed, lose advantage, or face a new danger. Suffer -1 momentum. You are tired or hurt, endure harm. You are dispirited? Dispirited, thank you. Dispirited or afraid, endure stress. You sacrifice resources, suffer 1 supply. I'm thinking tired or hurt, right?
You decide.
What do you think? Anything in particular strikes you?
I mean, he doesn't seem like either tired or hurt because that plays into the cold, or the stress because same reason. Either or.
Yeah, we'll do tired or hurt and draw 1 harm. So yeah, he starts wading and he's grumbling and mumbling the whole time. He starts. Have you ever seen a child try to swim when they don't know how to swim? And there's no in and out. It's just splashes and bubbles and
indiscriminate flailing.
Yeah, it's just noise the entire way there. And as he gets to the thing, he's clearly exhausted. His very baggy cloak is drenched and has been pulling him down since he first stepped in. He pulls himself up, very, very tired, glowering daggers towards Bastion. Just swim. Great idea.
Bastion looks down. I'm fine.
I'm fine. Good to know you're fine.
He looks back towards shore. It wasn't even that far. Stop whining.
I don't whine. Whining's for children. I complain like a man. Where do I mark this? Do I put health from 5 to 4?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Awesome. So are we assuming we get on board, or is us like
yeah. I mean, I imagine we're on board, right?
Sweet.
We swim out. and we're standing on the edge of the boat, right, looking down. Yeah, okay. I think Bastion turns to you and says, "Quiet, or your complaining will wake the dead."
I've told you there are no dead.
And
Hardly any people aboard this ship.
with that, do we get attacked?
Uh.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we come up near a cabin or something, and yeah, there are no dead. Hardly any people aboard this ship. As a hand grabs my shoulder.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
What do the dead
So,
look like?
I mean, they have to have been killed by the magic, so I don't know. That would have.
Yeah.
Does that change them in some way?
I mean, it has to, right? Look, zombies aren't just zombies. Like, we've got plant zombies, we've got runnings. Look, we have to do a magical spin on zombies.
Yeah. What does that look like? I don't know.
What color do you think magic is?
Blue.
Blue? All right. I think
kind of light blue.
Yeah, like glowing, like veins glowing blue. Yeah, like glowing blue veins. Bloodshot eyes, except blue.
Blue.
Yep. Yeah, and slightly glowing. I imagine like big pustule sacs that are. It's not pus, but it's like magical energy, and when they explode into magical bits.
Gross.
Yeah.
I also can't imagine any like limbs that are lost in any way are just replaced by like glowing blue, like hologrammy
cool
type looking.
Sweet. Sweet. Yeah.
Cool. So
maybe when a pustule explodes, a new limb comes out of it. A hologram limb.
Okay, cool. So when you enter combat, set a rank for each of your foes. I think this is probably just like troublesome. It's just a dead man, the lowest possible rank. The dead. And are we fighting one each or?
So I failed a roll that was my gather information regarding the ship.
Yeah.
I feel like this is not just easy, right?
Sure. So are we maybe we're each fighting a dangerous foe?
Oh, I like that. I mean, I don't, but GM horseshit, right?
Sure. Cool. So yeah, we basically go to the progress tab on your character sheet.
Okay. And add
and call it whatever, and tick it as dangerous.
All right. You have one as well?
Yeah, I do.
Pull that up.
Cool. So when you enter combat, set the rank of each of your foes. We've done that, and then roll to determine who is in control. I don't think we are.
No. I am the smart one, and the smart one said that there's no zombies aboard this ship.
Yeah. So I think we can just give it to them, right?
Sure.
Like I think they are in control.
Sounds good.
Which basically means we roll. So there's strike and there's clash. There is other things you can do in a battle as well. You can try and turn the tide, which is you can risk it all to steal the initiative. Basically, if the enemy has initiative, you're clashing, which means you both deal damage to each other. If you have the initiative, the enemy doesn't deal damage to you. You just deal damage to them if you succeed.
Okay. All right. What are we doing then?
I think we're clashing, right? Like I'm not going to do anything different. There is other things we can do. We can try and turn the tide if we want. Once you've hurt your enemy enough, you can try and end the fight. But for now, we're just clashing.
just
So if you want to go first, if you are clashing in close quarters, you are rolling plus iron. If it is at range, it is plus edge.
Yeah, it's not range.
It's not.
All right, I guess I'll write iron then. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Oh. Okay. On a strong hit, inflict harm and choose one. You have the initiative. You bolster your position, take +1 momentum, or you find an opening, inflict +1 harm.
Yep. So you can either take a momentum, or you can deal 1 more damage to this thing.
How does momentum work?
So momentum allows you to cancel out one of the D10 if your momentum is higher than that D10.
If it's okay, where is my momentum?
2. It'll be on the left-hand side of your character sheet.
Oh, that's momentum. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I think I'm gonna. I'll take +1 momentum.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah. So the
and then on the just mechanically on the progress tab for your enemy.
Yep.
It is if you look at the enter the fray move, it is a dangerous foe. So we get 2 progress per harm we inflict. So you inflict your harm, and you mark 2 progress on this. So that's the hashtag. So click on one of the boxes.
So click the hashtag?
Yeah, and then click the hashtag.
I don't fill that in twice, I just do it once?
No, so because it's a dangerous foe, you get 2 progress per harm.
So I do 2 hashtags, yeah?
You should have 2 hashtags.
Cool. All right.
So that a hashtag is a filled in box. So those boxes are
it's a
completed.
full box. I see. And the other ones are partials.
And the other ones are partials.
Cool. That makes sense.
So basically, the way this works, you don't have to fully fill that progress track to end the fight. At any point, you can roll to end the fight. Essentially, what that does, it rolls 2d10 versus however many filled in boxes you have. So at the moment, you'd be rolling 2d10, and you need to roll double ones. But if you did, you kill that thing. You've ended the fight.
Yeah. Okay.
If you don't, bad things.
Cool. All right.
So yeah, you inflict your 2 harm. What does that look like?
Oh yeah. So Kalidas is berating you because there are no zombies aboard this ship, because there's no people aboard this ship. As a hand grasps him from behind, a blue, decrepit, veiny hand clenches his shoulder, and he yells out in surprise in a very undignified manner, swirls around with his axe with no expertise, slashes the hand, and jumps back with it brandished like that. Back, you fool, back! I think as he slashes the hand, it leaks blue magic shit that, when it hits the deck, sizzles.
Cool. Awesome.
Get him, Bastion. Kill it.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm fighting the one on my side, right?
There's another one appears.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I will also roll Clash plus Iron. I'm hoping this one goes better for me now than it did for my solo character. My solo character wasn't anything to do with melee, so
nice.
Strong hit. Awesome. So yeah, Bastion drives his spear home, and I'm gonna take the extra damage. Cool. I think I like drive the spear home, take it out, and then just like smack it, like uppercut with the half of the spear.
Mechanical question.
Yep.
I'm sure I've learned this eventually, but do you keep momentum from fight to fight?
Yeah, so until you spend it, momentum remains the same. And when you spend it, it goes down to whatever your reset value is. So our current reset is 2. So when we spend our momentum, it'll go down to 2. But yeah, momentum carries through. There'll be different, like secure advantage and stuff can get you momentum. And,
So it's a resource. So the strong hit,
it's a resource.
It's giving you a resource to spend
Yeah.
later instead
Yeah.
of taking the immediate advantage.
Yes, exactly right.
Cool. So the way combat works, right, is me and you just keep rolling, and the
That's it.
enemy
Yeah.
doesn't do anything. Okay.
Basically, the enemy can basically only hurt us if we roll a weak hit while clashing or missing while clashing, or if we roll a miss while striking. So now we have, because we both scored strong hits, we now switch to striking.
Because we gain initiative. I see.
Because we got the initiative. So we now switch to striking, which means they can only inflict harm on us on a miss. Complete miss.
Cool.
Whereas while clashing, a weak hit, we inflict harm. Yeah.
I'm understanding, Liam. I'm learning.
Yeah. It's progress.
Someone like me.
Go for it. Roll a strike, man.
Cool. Yeah, so as Kalidas is standing there screaming at Bastion to kill the thing in front of him, not paying any mind to the thing behind him, attacking Bastion, he weak hit. Okay, let's see what on a weak hit you inflict your harm and lose initiative. So I'm back to clashing.
Yeah, but cool. You inflict your 2 harm. You inflict your harm still. So mark 2 more progress on your enemy.
Cool. So yeah, he's standing there. Kill it, Bastion. You useless, incompetent fools, every last one of you. It'll be the death of me. Swings in with his rusty woodcutter's axe, getting it in the shoulder, pulling it out and taking some blue magic blood with him. Side note, we definitely use the magic blood for potions and shit, right?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna swing again. Like I'm gonna do the same. I'm just gonna try and I probably will try and finish him next round. I think, but a weak hit. So yeah, I just like probably after I've brought the spear up, it's cracked him in the jaw, and then I've just like brought it back down and slashed. But the slash has taken me off balance. So the dead now has its initiative.
Oh no. Okay. Roll iron. There's nothing else I can do besides roll iron, right?
You can. So there are other moves you can do in combat here. So
is it all combat moves?
Yeah. So in combat moves, you've got strike and clash. You've got turn the tide, end the fight. Or you've got other moves to make in combat: secure an advantage, face danger, aid your ally, compel, suffer, ask the oracle, so on.
All right, I'll play with that later. For now, I'm just gonna keep swinging at the thing because that seems like the logical thing to do. Take another swing. Strong hit. Cool.
Nice.
So fill in another 2, and then because Kalidas is all about personal long-term gain, it's gonna take another +1 momentum.
The thing I don't like here is that we've set up a single dead to be a dangerous foe.
Yeah, but I feel like
so
that makes sense.
That's
for
something
our
we've
world,
established.
Right? Yeah,
that's something we've established here.
Yeah. Look, we created a horrible, desolate place.
We did that. We did do that.
And these are just these are the peasant dead, right?
Yeah, these aren't even the 100%. Okay.
So Kalidas, coming off his previous nice gash to the shoulder, comes around and whacks it in the neck with a solid hit and nearly gets it in there, spurting out blood from its arteries. He's got blood sprayed on his face and he's starting to grin. Ah, yes, metal.
I think we as it cuts back to Bastion as he's dealing with his foe. I think he hears that and he is laughing whilst fighting this dead. I think we hear his baritone laugh. Oh, that's awesome. All right, I will clash with iron. A miss.
Oh.
So on a miss, you are outmatched and must pay the price. Your foe has the initiative. So I think, yeah, like as the spear comes back down from the slash, I overstep, and I think it just like claws me, like across the chest, and I will. I mean, suffering harm is the most logical option here. And dangerous foes inflict 2 harm, down to 3.
Dangerous foes. Sorry, what?
Dangerous foes inflict 2 harm.
Oh, so we've just been lucky so far, or I've just
We
been
have,
lucky so
yeah.
far.
As I noticed when I was playing my solo game, yes.
Dangerous is dangerous for a reason.
That's it.
Uh-oh.
They don't start with bitch, they start at formidable or troublesome.
Shit. Okay. How does the? Oh fuck. Okay. Now I'm scared. All right. I'm gonna.
So you could choose to try and end the fight if you want. So end the fight is when you make a move to take decisive action, and score a strong. So actually, that's you have to still be your next strong hit. I guess.
So say again?
So next time you score a strong hit, you can try and end the fight.
You remember? Don't I need to take? Wait, so I can't end the fight right now.
So I think you have to when you make a move to take decisive action, and score a strong hit. You may resolve the outcome of this fight if you do.
And
yeah, so I think you have to like strike or clash, score a strong hit on that,
and then my bonus is ending the fight instead of +1 harm or +1 momentum.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
and
cool.
That's how it works.
All right,
that makes sense to me.
I will strike my foe then.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, on a miss, your attack fails, and you must pay the price. Your foe has initiative. Where's pay the price?
It's in fate moves, so it's down.
Down?
Yeah. Fate moves. Pay the price.
Pay the price. When you suffer the outcome of a move, choose one. Make the most obvious negative outcome happen. Envision 2 negative outcomes. Rate 1 as likely and ask the oracle using yes or no table on a yes that outcome happens. Otherwise, make it the other. Roll on the following table if you have difficulty interpreting the result of the. Okay. Do you have any ideas?
You get hurt.
Yeah, like right. Like the zombie bites me.
Yeah, it's the most obvious one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You take harm. You endure harm.
How many? So I take 2, 3 harm.
So when you face physical damage, suffer minus health equal to your foe's rank. So dangerous is 2.
Okay. Yeah. So as Kelly does,
you don't die at 0. Bad things start happening to you at 0. But you don't necessarily die at 0.
Oh god, I've already lost 1 health. Jesus. As Kalidas is, I think I played too lightly with health before. I should have taken away stress. Kalidas is thoroughly enjoying himself because he's kicking this zombie's ass, and is slightly detached from reality. Laughing, cheering, comes in for another swing. Instead of the blade connecting, the wood of the hatchet connects to the zombie's shoulder, and it just bites into his hand, doesn't let go, and rips a chunk of flesh out. And he takes 2 harm. Oof. Ah, shit. I told them we were fools for coming here. Why didn't you stop this bastion?
I was going to try and aid you. I'm not anymore. Bastion's going to continue to fight the one he's fighting. He was going to help you. Now he's not.
Yeah, I can understand that, Bastion. Incompetent fool. Strong hit.
Strong hit. So I'll mark my 2 damage. I'll inflict my harm, and then I'm going to try and end the fight versus this one zombie. So on end the fight, if you do, roll the challenge dice compared to your progress. So we should just be able to click the dice button. Oh, that's bad. Okay. On a miss, you have lost this fight. Pay the price.
Oh shit.
I mean, I think Bastion's just like tackled off the boat. Takes harm and is just like pushed off the boat.
Does the zombie go with you? Or does it stay up here? It's a miss.
Look,
like it's bad.
Yeah. It's not as bad as it could have been because it's not a match. If the two challenge dice are matched, that's worse.
Okay.
So I think we can roll for that.
Sure.
I think we can. So let's. I imagine. So pay the price. Envision 2 negative outcomes and rate 1 as likely, and ask the oracle using the yes/no table. So we'll do that. So the likely option is Bastion just gets yeeted off the side.
Yes.
The other option is the zombie comes with him. So let's go to that table. The yes/no table. I think it's like the first oracle.
Oh, is that an oracle? Oh god. Okay. I have the oracles on another tab.
Is it? Where is it? I was going to choose the appropriate oracle table. Where's the yes/no oracle? Region, settlement names, combat actions, major plot twists. There's a search bar in this.
Wouldn't it just be a 50-50 roll? Or is it not?
I don't know. It says... Where's the move table? Ask the oracle using the yes/no table.
Could it potentially be in the...
Here we go. Found it.
Where is it?
Pay PDF 118. Okay. Ask a yes/no question. Decides the odds of a yes. Blah blah. If the answer is yes, if you roll. Okay, so
You have to roll
let's
D100.
let's just go 50-50, right? Or no, this is likely, didn't it?
Oh, okay. Well, it's
Such one is likely.
You said the
Rate
first
1 is likely. Okay.
The likely option is that he falls off, that he gets yeeted.
Yeah, Bastion falls off. The unlikely option is that he takes the zombie with him.
The 26 or greater, he just gets falled off.
Off by himself. Yeah.
What if it's below that?
If it's below that, the zombie comes with me. Right? Like I bring the zombie off with me, and
cool.
And then we'll see. And then we'll see what happens.
Oh, so I want... Okay, the zombie stays up there.
Bastion just gets, like, punted off the end, I think. Like, absolutely just... And I think, like, up to the moment where he gets, like, smacked and stumbles back, he's still laughing. So, like, he gets clawed across the chest. He like, raises himself up. He's still chuckling. And he goes to, like, stab with a spear. And then, like, almost cartoony, he gets smacked. The spear, like, stays for a second, and Bastion is gone. And the spear, like, cluds to the ground.